Isang pinagpalang umaga sa inyong lahat. Muli, kape at pandesal muna tayo habang sinisimulan nating basahin ang isang bagong libro sa Biblia, ang Romans. I took a break for a while from creating videos for bread and butter for the soul. Siguro mayroon ding about 6 months from the last video I posted. It took me a while because I feel like reading Romans is more difficult to comprehend. Parang ang hirap intindihin. Starting my Bible journey with Mark, Matthew, Luke, Acts, and so on made me comfortable in reading narratives and stories. Pero Romans is totally different. It is like reading the book of John that talks about the greatness of God, divinity of God, nature, character of God, the saving power of God through Jesus and His love, but with intensity that can pierce through the mind and heart. In other words, may sipa. It talks about the wrath of God, how God dislikes sin, and talks about issues you do not want to hear, which are issues of the flesh and issues of genuine worship. Romans 1, by reading it, can convict you. Sa totoo lang, it convicts me. By reading, your mind begins to discover more about God, what He wants, and what He doesn't. You know, Paul was really bold in sharing the gospel during his time. And truly, mapapansin mo dito sa mga salita niya, sa mga sinulat niya, that God is really with him. And God's Spirit is present sa lahat ng mga ginagawa niya. I skim-read Romans, the first chapter, before I started reading it verse by verse. Here are the main points of Paul. 1. His mission. Paul mentioned his mission and mandate, his obligation as a servant of God. As he wrote, sabi niya dito, I am under obligation both to Greeks and barbarians, both to the wise and to the foolish. Sa umpisa pa lang, first part, dito niyo makikita. And sinabi niya dito, in-express niya kung ano yung mission niya at para kanino yung gospel na sinishare niya. Second is, it is the gospel and righteousness. I read Paul's writing in Romans 1. Sabi niya dito, for I am not ashamed of the gospel, for it is the power of God for the salvation to everyone who believes, to the Jews first and also to the Greek. For in it, the righteousness of God is revealed. Dito pala nanggaling itong famous verse na, for I am not ashamed of the gospel. Ito yung second point. It is all about the gospel and righteousness. At pag-aaralan natin ito sa mga susunod na mga araw. And third, God's wrath and unrighteousness. Ano ba ang nakakapagalit kay Lord? You know, sabi dito, the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men, who by their unrighteousness suppress the truth. Ano ang resulta of God's wrath sa unrighteousness? The result is eternal death. These will be the areas of my bread and butter for the soul in the coming days. Fundamental sa mga teaching ni Paul, especially sa mga mananampalataya. Hindi maaring umaasa na lang tayo sa mga bersikulo ng Biblia na binabanggit ng mga iba o pinopost. We need to read. And by reading, we discover for ourselves firsthand kung ano ang tunay na nilalaman ng Biblia at ang kagustuhan ng ating Panginoon. Hanggang sa muli mga kaibigan, may God bless you and guide you as you start your day. God bless and bye-bye.